This is the Cadillac CT4. This is the premium luxury trim level that we're going to be taking a look at today. It has a sticker price of $45,700. I borrowed this model from my friends here at Cadillac. This particular model that I'm looking at today with this interior is already sold. It has a deposit on it, so if you want to buy one similar to this, there is another one in inventory. I will leave a link down in the description of the video for that model. So what can you expect if this is something you want to buy? Well, off the top of my head, what I can tell you right now, Sporty Acceleration. It has the latest in technology from Cadillac, and with the engine options available for the CT4, while they're powerful and give you a good, fun, enjoyable driving experience if you choose to drop the hammer, they still have good fuel economy. And depending on trim level, this is not across the board, but one of the additions for 2023, if so equipped, is going to be the new surround view camera recording system, and the CT4 Blackwing gets the special edition appearance package. Taking a look here from the front end, we're going to have that classic, at least for the modern day Cadillac, well, classic Cadillac look. And looking at the headlight housing overall, I like how it has that cascading look on the side, the daytime running lights, LED, everything very nice. And if you see that blinking thing right there, it not only makes you look cool when you're driving down the road because you use it at the appropriate times, but it lets people around you know what you're doing. And then we're going to have the classic look with the Cadillac grille, the large Cadillac logo, and you'll notice all of the sensors on the front here. We'll also have those on the rear. That means there's a lot of safety features here, such as adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring. All of that is here. And let's talk tire and wheel size for this particular trim level. 235 by the width. On the width, 40 series sidewall wrapped around the 18-inch wheel. We'll move around here and give you a little bit better look at that wheel. And then as we move up, we're going to have our Cadillac badge right here on the fender. Obviously going to have that on both sides. And something that I personally like here, something that isn't so typical looking as far as the location of the turn signal indicator down there in the side view mirror. So for those of you who are always asking about that, you know that it's there. That's a good thing. There's your blind spot monitoring right there. Told you that was there. And something else that I know a lot of people like to know about. Let's take a look here at the remote. You're going to have remote start. That's something else. People like to know if it has remote start and if it has the turn signal indicators built into the side view mirrors. And then here on the door handles, you'll notice the button right here. That's passive entry. What that does is allows you to unlock or lock all four doors with the push of the button as long as the remote is in your possession. And you'll have the same thing here on the rear door. So that's a very nice look. The body colored shark fin antenna. Now for those of you who are looking for a panoramic sunroof, well, unfortunately, you're not going to find that here. But I don't know if that's that big of a deal to most people. Very nice look to finish things off here with the LED taillights. I told you down there on the lower portion of the bumper that you'd find all of these sensors. And then we have the exhaust finishers, and there is the exhaust itself. And here within the interior, let's take a look at what we have as far as our space goes. 10.7 cubic feet of cargo capacity is what we have. So if you're curious about what that is, well, now you know. And we'll go in here and show you how to maximize that cargo space. In case you were wondering, here's what we're going to do. Let's see if I can show you right here. Just pull on that latch right there. And you can do this on both sides, but I'll only do it on one just because that makes it a little easier. And here under the hood of this particular model is the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It makes 237 horsepower, 258 pounds-feet of torque, and it's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power ultimately finds its way to the ground via rear-wheel drive. And let's talk about MPGs here. Here are the numbers. 23 city, 34 highway, 27 combined, and 3.7 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And if you're curious and want to know how much gas can you put into your gas tank, this model that has capless fuel fill has a 17-gallon gas tank. And if you're curious about the interior color, it's cinnamon with jet black accents. Let's see how comfortable the armrest is here. I know a lot of people, including myself just now, use the poke test to see how comfortable that is or how cushiony it is. If you put your arm up there, it really gives the ultimate armrest test. Now, I am a little surprised that there's no door bends here, so just one thing to think about, but that is for the rear seat passengers. We do have a little bit of storage here with the rear seat pockets, one on each side, and then we're going to have the rear air conditioning vents and the 12-volt power outlet right there. Also, the fold-down armrest with the cup holders built in. Well, I'll tell you what, that's nice and soft, that's for sure. And also the latch system. And the thing I like about the way Cadillac's latch system works, if you're going to have child safety seats back here, is all you have to do is flip that cover up right there instead of having to remove something and have one more thing to keep up with. And earlier, I mentioned the fact that you only have the conventional size sunroof here. For a lot of people, I don't think that's going to be a big deal, but there it is. That's what you have. If you happen to have a door bend snob in your life, they better call shotgun or grab the remote and sit in the driver's seat because you have nice large door bends here with the front. Basically the same functionality as what we saw with the rear seats for the most part. We'll work our way here into the interior. As far as the front seat goes, going to have the gloveless glove box. It's called a glove box, but there's never any gloves in the glove box. But you do have the nice comfortable felt lining here. And then we're going to have our wireless charging pad right there. And for those who are not fans of push button shifters, guess what? You don't have that here. A conventional style shifter and your cup holders and several different things to use right here as far as selecting your driving modes. And then you have the traction control button right there. You can turn traction control on or off. You can also turn your auto stop start feature on or off right here. And auto hold is basically brake hold mode. So what that means is when you come to a complete stop, the brakes do not disengage until you push the gas pedal again. And here is the multitasking lid for the console, the center console. Why is it a multitasker? Because it's also an armrest for the driver and the passenger. It does open towards the driver, which will work just fine, I think. You do have some space in there along with some additional connectivity options, including another 12-volt and a couple of USB ports. And we'll fold down the sun visor and take a look at the terrible job of how my hair looks today because of the wind. But you do have the nice lights there for the vanity mirror. And a question that I know a lot of people like to know is how far back will this visor go to block out sun when it's on the side of the vehicle? Well, as you can see right there, it completely blocks out the window. So whoever's sitting here, unless they're greatly reclined, and there's a little corner right there where sun could come through, they should have absolutely no problem. There's where you're going to control things such as the power sunroof, the tilt and sliding feature. You also have your reading lights, or map lights as some call them. And here from the driver's perspective, obviously the driver's going to have a few more switches and functionality here on the door for controlling the power side view mirrors and control all four windows or even lock those if they want to. And seat memory on the driver's side. I really believe that should be on the driver and passenger side, but you do have that here. You also have the lever down there that you see to adjust the steering wheel, tilt and telescopically speaking. We also have the combination of the digital speedometer up there, and you do have the analog speedometer and tachometer as well. We can go through a lot of information. I'm just scrolling right here as far as what's going on with the vehicle. If you want to know your brake pad life, well, there you go. You know what's there. Pretty easy to go through. This is a very simple vehicle to learn as far as technology goes. Your steering wheel mounted controls, you can go back and forth through the gears with the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters there through that 8-speed automatic transmission. And right here is the infotainment screen. And I talked about how people like to know about the turn signal indicators being built into the side view mirrors and remote start. They also like to know, does it have navigation built into the navigation or the infotainment screen? Yes, it does. You can see that right there. But if you want to use your cell phone instead and pair that, you can use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Not a problem. Very simple to do. And this is a very simple system to learn and use. Now, like I said earlier, not every vehicle has that new surround view camera recording option, But you do have the rear view camera here. That's going to be on every single vehicle that you buy, no matter what. And then, you know what? Today would be a good day to have our ventilated seats turned on if we want to do that, to help things feel a little bit better depending on our situation. And dual zone climate control, everything up here to control that, fan speed, all that good stuff, temperature depending on what you need to do. And one thing I wanted to do while we're here, let's go through our different driving modes. We'll see what all we have here. In fact, you can go through and actually change a lot of different things. There you go. You have your individual mode, touring mode. Let's see if we can go through everything. Sport mode. And it even tells you what's going on as far as how everything is set up. So a pretty simple system to use. You even have snow and ice mode. I don't know how well that would do with rear-wheel drive, but it is what you have. You're also going to see everything show up here on the dashboard as well. So the driver doesn't necessarily have to glance over to the infotainment screen to see what's going on in that particular area. And that is what you get, at least the high points, for the 2023 Cadillac CT4 Premium Luxury for a sticker price of $45,700. Tell me what you think down in the comments section. Are you planning to buy a Cadillac for the 2023 year or trade something in? What are your plans? I'm always curious to know. Got to say a special thanks to my friends at Cadillac for loaning me this CT4 for the day, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.